Yo, Orange Gatorade man, I'm back, and we're doing something a little different today. But hopefully you guys will stick around. I'm gonna be reviewing what I think is so far the hottest show of 2021, man. That's the Amazon Prime exclusive Invincible, man. Yeah, I finished the show a couple weeks ago. There's like 8 episodes in it, season one. It got renewed for 2 more seasons already, man. So that just shows you the hype is crazy for this show. Everyone's been checking it out. Everyone's been talking about it. So I'm here to give you my review of the show. So when I started this show, I had a few big things spoiled for me. But I'm gonna try and keep this review, like as spoiler free as possible. Kind of beat around the bush of what actually happens, and hopefully, I don't drop a bomb in the middle of this by accident. But yeah, when I got some stuff spoiled for me, it was kind of annoying. There are some major twists in this show. It's so crazy the way that they switch up. Just in the first episode, the tone just changes so abruptly out of nowhere, and you're like, oh my god, I thought this was like a kid show, man. But no, this show has crazy violence. Like, I've never seen anything like this in any superhero show, even like live action superheroes, bro. They never do stuff like this. It was freaking intense. The first scene that and if you've seen the show, you'll know what I'm talking about. The first scene, it's yeah, bro. This shit is intense. So if you're not into like gore or violence or anything like that, show's probably not gonna be for you, and I think you'll find that out pretty quickly. But this show isn't all about the fights, man, because the story is so good. I've not heard a superhero story told this well in a long time, man. And it's also really great to have, finally like a fresh face in the superhero world. I was never really big on superheroes. Well, I was when I was a kid, but it kind of gets boring to hear the same story retold. They get remade, get a new actor, and it's like a new movie. Not really the case sometimes, but yeah, I thought Invincible was by far the most entertaining animated superhero show ever, just in terms of the story, and even the fights were better than anything I've seen in like Western media, just animated. Because superhero fights are cool, man, but they're nothing like Invincible fights, man. That show is so fucking wild, and they throw everything at you in all these fights. It's so crazy. So as my boy Critical would say, nuts to butts action, bro. That's literally what it is. I can't find any better term for it. You just got to see what it's about, man. Another thing I like is just how much character development has happened in such a short time. There's only 8 episodes in this show, like I said, so far, but in those short 8 episodes, man, you see so many relationships progress. Like the relationship between Mark's mom and Omni Man, Mark and Omni Man, Mark and Amber, Mark and Adam, like all this stuff. It's so crazy, and for some reason it doesn't seem rushed. Like they throw so much at you in these 8 episodes, but it doesn't feel like rushed at any point, or I never have to slow down and go back and just kind of drill it into my mind what just happened. No, they present it in like a really easy way for you to understand what's happening at all times, and that's dope. Honestly, like watching this show just made me feel like a little kid again, because I remember when I was little, I wanted to be like Spider-Man, and watching this show, I want to be like Invincible, man. So I submitted my application to Invincible HQ. I'm gonna be playing Mark in the live action Invincible. Hopefully, if they see this, just know I will do anything for that role, because Mark, even though he's not a great superhero yet, he's still such a cool character, man, and he's always trying to just impress his dad. Really cool. Just like looking up to his dad, Omni Man, being from Viltrum, learning that he has powers now. Um, Yeah, I mean it's really like good. It's just so good the way that they characterize Mark because he is like a high school kid, man. Like if I was 17 and discovered I had superhero powers, I wouldn't know what to do either, man. I would look to my dad for guidance, and it's dope that they do that. You know, like he's not gonna be a crazy good superhero all on his own right away. He has to look up to his dad and get advice from him, who's done pretty much everything he can to save the world as Omni Man. And Omni Man is such a crazy character, dude. Too, like I think he has one of the weirdest personalities I've seen in in a lot of villains, just like in any show, because there's so much to him that we don't even know about yet, and that's really interesting because Viltr. See, I almost dropped that bombshell, man. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, just in case you haven't seen it. But yeah, being a Viltrumite is a little different, as you guys will see if you've seen the show. Viltrumites, they live a little differently than humans. So, for him to come to Earth and kind of just learn what we do here, and for him to kind of be like, well, you guys shouldn't be playing sports because that's a waste of time, and this is not how you build a perfect society and all that stuff. Yeah, someone who came from another planet and saw what we were doing would probably think that way. Like, I don't know, man. And dude, it's just such a crazy twist at the end. Just finding out what really happened with his dad, why his dad's really just, dude, it's so hard. It's so hard to not spoil this show and do a review on it. But I'll tell you, the reveal at the end is one of the craziest twists. And that scene with Mark and his dad in the last episode, man, it just hits so hard when he has the flashback and everything. So dope to watch. That was one of my favorite scenes. I think the show doesn't even have a bad episode. There are no bad episodes in this show. Like every single episode, I wanted to watch the next one right after. They're a little bit lengthy, like 40 minutes at least each. But even then, it would be like 2 in the morning. I'd be like, do I want to watch this episode and sleep until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or do I want to watch 2 episodes, sleep till 2, get up, watch some more Invincible? Hell yeah, let's do that. Like, I cleaned the show out in like 3 days, dude. It was so addictive. You just had to know what's going on with Mark's dad, and yeah, it is freaking. From the moment you start this show, it is 100 miles an hour. They never stop throwing shit at you. I thought the supporting characters were all right. Like Amber, kind of a bitch. Not gonna lie, man. Disappointed in Amber so far. Hopefully she comes around, man. Hopefully she understands what Mark really is about in life. He's a superhero, so he can't really go to your little dates, Amber. I'm sorry. And she knew that he was a superhero too. That's an annoying part of all this stuff, man. I think realistically, my boy should get with Adam Eve because she's an actual superhero, and he doesn't have to spend time away from her when he's doing superhero stuff. They can just still be together. Makes sense. Of course, they have to make it more difficult than that always. Yeah, the supporting characters kind of suck. The supporting superhero characters, they kind of suck. Like the new Guardians of the Galaxy, or the Guardians of the Globe, they kind of blow. Like Rex is Rex is a funny character, but other than that, like he's not really that. His powers aren't that cool. Robot is just annoying. Like Robot is the biggest fucking weirdo in the whole show. Fuck that boy. That Rex-splode ass boy. Yeah, other than Mark and his dad, I think the other superheroes are pretty generic, and they don't really have that many cool powers. They're kind of ripped from like DC and Marvel, which I don't know how to feel about. Like if you saw episode 1, the Guardians of the Globe are basically just like rip-offs of DC comics, like the Justice League. They're literally the Justice League now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, man. I like Mark's character design. That shit is dope, man. That's another reason I want to play Mark. I think I would look so dope in that suit. But you guys let me know if I could play a good Invincible, and if you would watch it if I was in the live action. But yeah, man. Probably give this show like a high 8 to a 9 out of 10. I mean, it's close. It's damn near perfect for me. I loved every second of this show, bro. They just keep you engaged the whole time, and there's really no bad parts about it. The soundtrack is great. The visuals are great. The animation could be better. I think they're gonna get a bigger budget, obviously, for seasons 2 and 3, just because of how insanely well the show did, which I'm excited about because apparently there's a lot more to the story than season 1. Like season 1 barely covers the story of Invincible, which is pretty insane to think about because it feels like they've thrown a lot at us. But yeah, I think I spoke my mind on this show, so I'm gonna end it off here. Definitely recommend Invincible to anyone, like anybody, man. Even if you're not into superheroes like that, I'm not into superheroes like that, and I loved this show. So that's all you need to know, man.